And so again, if I'm a player, you've mentioned like listening for 30 seconds, listening for longer. So what are, breaking it down, what are the different ways to get more tickets?
So listening is the number one way to get more tickets. So there's you earn at the 30-second mark, the minute mark, and then a bonus at the full song mark. You
Mhm.
also earn bonus tickets if you listen to 3 songs in a row without skipping. And so everything we're doing is really incentivizing people to actually listen to the songs. At the core, it's a music discovery app, and we've created all these gamified incentives around actually taking that core action. And then also rating a song earns you a ticket. And then adding right now, we've got Apple Music that you can actually add a song from the Ultimate Playlist into your Apple Music
Wow.
DSP.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
don't have Spotify yet. We're working on it, but we do have Apple Music, and that's important. That's an important note for us because we don't consider ourselves competitors with Spotify, Apple, Deezer, et cetera. We're actually feeders to them. We're saying listen to these songs here, and then go enjoy it on your favorite
Yeah.
It's a truly discovery platform. And then so from the artist perspective, because you noted that there's that duality, we're not trying to take away your Spotify listens. We're
Yeah.
trying to promote them. So where you get your where your streaming numbers are really matter, where those royalties really matter, we're trying to push listeners to start on our platform to discover, win some money, and then when they want to re-listen, that they've discovered you here, to listen to you over there.
Yeah. And so if I'm a musician, how do I get involved? How do I get my song onto the Ultimate
So
Playlist?
it's a great question. So right now we're in beta. So we are picking the songs. Right? We're essentially
Mhm.
curating the playlist right now, and we curate it sort of very specifically where there's the legacy songs and new songs and a mix of genres, because we want to create something that we think is reflective of where music is today. And if you listen to even like a top 40 station, it's not what it was 25 years ago with these little pop songs. You hear
Yeah.
everything. And so this is reflective of that as of now, and we're also exploring some genre specific stations as well. But when we come out of beta, we'll be doing direct outreach to artists, to management, to labels, to hopefully get them to patronize being on the playlist and experience some of the benefits that we're accruing right now.
Very good. Very good. The the gamer in me is really kind of, and this will sound wrong, but I'd nearly be more interested in the leaderboard than the money. I would want the bragging rights. It's like, when you're playing PlayStation and you're trying to get the platinum trophy for a game. Like it's
Yeah,
not a real trophy, but it feels like it is. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So are you is there plans to kind of put more things or more rewards in place for that leaderboard?
That's the very next place we're going to. From our perspective, it's we want it to be able to nail the core. This is a music streaming discovery app with that was gamified to win real money. And then add on all the things we know so that the more core gamers will enjoy. So that's something that's really important to me. But not only just that there is that, I mean, you mentioned that it's not, most of the leaderboards are bragging rights. That's sort of a psychic
Yeah.
benefit. We want it
Yeah.
to be both. So, we're looking to attach not only that psychic benefit, but if you're at the top of the leaderboard and maybe there's one that resets on a monthly or, a X basis, and that there is this is on my mind. Don't quote me on any of this because nobody other than me has agreed to this right now. But these are the ideas that we have floating around, which is, for example, you have one that resets at the end of a set period of time, whether that's
Mhm.
weekly or monthly. And then there is a very specific raffle that happens within the group that's in the top 10%, 5%, or whatever. So
Yeah.
not only do you get the trophy, not only do you get the badge that remains permanent on your record, but there is an actual
Extra
tangible
competition.
benefit. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Which is in the spirit of mini games, right? I know you like Red Dead.
Yeah.
And Red Dead is very, some of the mini games in Red Dead are just as fun as the core story. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how many times like I tried the finger knife, or you're sitting in there
Yeah.
playing poker, and obviously this isn't going to be take two level mini game, but it's something that you can think about as adding on top of the core game.
Yeah. I could literally play poker in Red Dead like I was playing poker in real life. That's what it feels
Exactly.
like. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I mean that also it sounds great that you're gonna have bragging rights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um The other thing I kind of want to talk about was a little side tangent. So yourself, we're a gaming website, as I've mentioned. Oh, I don't know if you play or you still play, or what, what was your favorite game in the past, or if you still play, what games are you playing?
Okay, so this is a far-ranging question because there is sort of gaming life before I was introduced to esports, and then sort of after.
Ah,
So I grew
okay.
up, I'm a 1996 graduate of high school, right? So that sort of dates me where right. I mean, I'm PlayStation 2. I was Sega Genesis when
Yep.
I was early. I think I might have even dabbled in Neo Geo. I've had all the consoles. So when I
Yeah.
was young, I remember, if you can indulge me, the very first memory of having like the moment of, oh my goodness, I don't think that gaming's going to get beyond this. I had a
Yep.
Sega. I was in, I think maybe the sixth or seventh grade. I had Sega Genesis, and Joe Montana Sports Talk Football came out. It was the
Right.
first pre-Madden. It was the first.
Yeah.
It was the first game that had live commentary in it. And I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, that's it. We've hit our outer edge limit of technology right now. It's not going to get." So, and throughout that time, I was really into the sports game. So I was really into Madden. I was really into the live series, and basketball, college football when all that came out.
Hmm.
But as an adult, when we were involved in esports and really learning League of Legends, and
Hmm.
understanding that, oh, this is not just kids pressing buttons, that
Yeah.
it's highly specialized. Everyone has a role. Within that role, people have a champion pool. Within that
Hmm.
champion pool, there's situational. I mean, understanding the intricacies that they had to learn, the movement strategies, the
Yeah.
rotations, the timing. So I learned League. So I've played League, and then obviously since then, other games have cropped up to try to challenge that throne, and even obviously Riot with things like Legends of Runeterra and some of the other
Hmm.
games that they've had. So Apex Legends on the other side.
Hmm.
So I try to, as much as possible, as much of my schedule allows now, try to keep abreast of everything that's out, because at least now for me, playing even, I remember I tried to play Rocket League for a little bit. That game was not for me, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. But it was important for me to understand, what the trends are, because it's not just now that, I shouldn't say now that, it's been a long time before sort of the invested marketplace recognized it. But because esports is in the place that it's in today, and gaming overall, whether that be casual to AAA titles, things like skill sports, like games like Skills, or the new casinos are out, or the bingos. The gaming has such diversified tendrils now. It's
Hmm.
really important for me to not only understand what's out there, but actually put my hands on it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. And when you were involved with esports, did it put you off, gaming, like thinking, well, I could never be on that level, or did you say, wow, this is so impressive, I want to kind of dip my toe at least and see what it's like?
Well, listen, I thought it was important, to no. The short answer is no, and the
Yeah.
analogy is I've been fortunate enough to have friends who played in the NBA, and I played basketball, but not on that level. So you actually have a greater appreciation for it. It's not off-putting at all. And
Hmm.
so when I looked at of these kids, we had someone like a Hooney on our team, who was, at the time, when renowned to be like one of, if not the best top laner in the entire world
Yeah.
at that time, in North America, when I knew of them, and others who are really impressive. And you watch the time that they put in, you watch the practice, the film study, and you look at someone who has a background in stick and ball sports, and you go, oh, this is not different. This is
Yeah.
not different at all. And in many ways, it's greater because they're making decisions that are millisecond frame rate level decisions
Yeah.
that could be the difference between winning and losing. And it's much more impressive than it is off-putting. It does let you know that you can never do that,
Yeah.
but it's
There's
not in the
there
off-putting
is a
way.
threshold. Yeah. Yeah. They're in a
There is
special
special.
special
And then when
category.
and then when you look at, we even had someone like Sonic Fox on the fighting game side,
Yeah.
where they're also making these extraordinary frame rate level decisions, and you just know so much time, dedication, skill has gone into it.
Very good. We're almost done for time, so I've a couple more questions just to wrap up. Before I do, I just want to tell anyone who's watching right now, if you like this content, please hit the notifications, hit subscribe, leave us some comments, let us know what we're doing well, let us know what we're not doing well, and absolutely, we can do more of this. So Khalid, I want to bring it back to Ultimate Playlist because obviously
Yeah,
that's
please.
what we're here to try and sell it today. But
Yes.
so first of all, where can I get it? It's an app, I'm guessing, Android.
App Store, excuse me, yeah, the Apple Store,
Mhm.
and Android as well, and it's available nationwide. There's no state restrictions on it. There's an age restriction of 18, so hopefully everyone over 18, and it's very strict. Very,
Yeah.
very, very strict about that because of who our partner is with this. But we really just want to go on and for everyone to listen to songs, have fun, get the numbers up. The more people download, the larger our prize pools can eventually be. And we really do want this to be the home for listeners and artists. And I think the biggest takeaway is that we are really truly pioneering a new way of giving back to listeners, that the artist listener relationship can be more fluid and symbiotic even than it already is. And then I really stress that we really view our partners, we view those big DSPs, whether it's Apple or Spotify or the others, we view those as partners in what we're doing and us being conduits to them, and also for artists, a place where they can test new music. I saw something
Mhm.
just yesterday where an artist, Joyner Lucas, as a matter of fact, who wrote this long Instagram post about how he put out an album of experimental music. He got feedback that people didn't like it. He scrapped the whole album. He went back to do. So he's doing this. People are doing this kind of real time feedback in an ad hoc
Live.
fashion. Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully we can be a conduit to that. And we didn't even talk about, sort of the concept surrounding the origins of Twitch and how that's all kind of part of what we're doing here too. But
Well, I'm hoping that ties into my last question because did read that you are looking at maybe doing live events and doing the live drawers, so you can see the winners. Would that be a kind of Twitch based streaming, or would it be its own thing, or what would it be?
yeah, so two things. There's certainly an idea for having to be something that's a live streaming basis. We have got a lot of regulations about how the random number generator is, and we're very serious about that and how
Mhm.
the drawings are drawn. So we'd want to make sure that that was completely locked down before we went to live streaming. Plus, I don't know if you know this, but sometimes people don't like to play fair online when things happen live.
Never heard of that.
Yeah,
Never
not in
heard of
this
that.
community, right? So, but the other thing is that we do want this to be sort of a live events thing too. So you can imagine a world where you can take a live version of the Ultimate Playlist. You can have people sort of in a concert venue playing. Those are the songs that people are listening to. They're occurring
Mhm.
live in real time, and then winners are chosen in a live venue. So we do see this as living and breathing in multiple different phases. We want to absolutely nail the app version and get, and no pun intended, an installed base of adherents of people who love it. And we
Yeah.
also just ran some surveys as well. We really do appreciate feedback and what people like and what they don't like, and hopefully can serve more of the latter and less of the former.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know I said it was the last question, but one cheeky last question.
Sure.
Um, so I mean, you've dipped your toes in everything. You've such a history of kind of investing in different things. You've tech, esports. Would you consider making your own game, or even your own kind of more interactive kind of mobile game, even?
That's an interesting question. Yeah, the shortest way I can answer that is we have plans to do things past the ultimate
Yeah.
playlist. The
Good.
ultimate playlist, especially with the patent that we've gotten, it allows us to do more than just what we've shown in the ultimate playlist, which is great. It's tricky. The straight game side is tricky. We've seen AAA titles fall on their faces that we thought were going to be
Home
absolute
runs.
smashes. And then you see, something from an independent studio coming out on mobile
Yeah.
as a silly little, kind of one button game. Kill. I remember I played this game. I can't remember the name of it, but it's essentially just the skier skiing around and jumping up. It's endless runner. Like when the endless runner
Yeah.
genre came out, I go, who's going to play the endless? Everybody is
Yeah.
the answer.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's a good question. I do have this one idea. I'll tease. It's called the Tournament of Luck, but that would
Okay.
be sort of a board game format. But the short answer to your question is maybe. The long answer to your question is we want to get the ultimate playlist absolutely right and get it to a place where people love it, and we got a lot of people playing every day. And then we can think about that next step. I'll come back on here and preview.
Yeah, part two to be continued, I think. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Brilliant. Thank you so
100%.
much for today, Khalid. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
I appreciate you.